Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed last week's episode, and this week we're going to talk a little bit about what's going to actually happen in this space and tell you about all the different venues.
Working on these renderings has been quite a process, and we're getting right down to the final stages. Today we're here with the manager of the Gallagher Student Center, Chris Marshall, who's been integral in helping us make sure that we meet the needs of the building and the students and tenants of the building. All the stakeholders are important, and so here we're going to go through the renderings today with Chris.
Jude, Jennifer, thanks for having me.
So you can see here in this schematic some of the big changes in the space. One of the big things you had talked about was making sure we had enough density for the increase in students that we're going to bring into the space. And you can certainly see here how we're going to increase the seating and the dwell space for students.
Definitely. Great use of the space that was vacated by the old stage. That'll create additional seating in addition to space for flexibility for events.
Yeah, and I really like how we've added the soft seating over by the patio area, because now we can actually really use that patio as an event space, and also it brings in more of a community feel.
Of course.
Well, you know, originally there was only about 4 seats here, and now you can see we've got more like 8 to 12, and that's gonna, this entire space now has almost 190 seats, 190, and that's great. You can also see that the wall's gone, and that makes a huge difference, which we'll see. And the way in which our storefronts are built are now different as well. There are 2 major storefronts here. You can see this is where Subway and Blue Gibbon were, and this is where the side of Ryan's Pub was, but it's really, the Ryan's Pub thing is not in the same footprint that it used to be. In the back of the house, you can see we've actually relocated a cooler, created some new storage. The 2 spaces become separated by a door where previously they were more open. There's a lot more workspace in the back, and so the back of the house, short of these coolers and freezers, is very different than what it used to be. Out here in the center of the space, when we first started looking at this, there was a lot of soft seating, but both because of the density concerns and also, you know, the usage of this space being transitional, as you talked about, we've modified that furniture and seating, as you can see here in this rendering, dramatically from what was there before and what was originally planned.
Of course. I do think that this change is definitely going to allow us to increase the functionality and flexibility of the space while allowing for an increased usage of students.
And in the beginning, the original plans had actually had carpet, and yeah. I think everybody was unanimous on let's bring in a nice hardwood. It makes it much easier for it being a food venue, but also for transitioning to different types of events. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you get to come back later on as we kind of share this journey.
Definitely. I'm excited to see how it goes. Thanks, Jude. Thanks, Jennifer.
Thanks for taking a look with us.